Good evening, Kate.
Good evening, Justin.
And good evening to the membership of North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. Tonight, we are live in Studio Vanguard. We are linked in with the following repeaters. Jeff, which repeaters are we following?
McDonough, Flagship, Noonan, Lula, Columbus, Jersey, Rome, Salicoa Ridge, Dallas, Watkinsville, Zebulon, Ocala, Toccoa, Lookout Mountain, Fort Mountain, White Oak Mountain, Cades Cove, Mount Roosevelt, Chattanooga, Georgetown, Ottawa, and our VoIP service, Zello.
Tonight, our RF coverage is less than 12 parsecs. This net takes place every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. Did you lock that door?
No.
Okay. I'd like to thank everyone who's made the North Georgia GMRS the most expansive and active GMRS network in the country. Your net control tonight is Atlanta 946, WQIR 514. My name is Justin.
And this is WRMR 367, Atlanta 751. My name is Kate.
And Atlanta 750, WRMR 367. My name is Jeff, and we got this free salad guy.
You didn't lock the door, did you?
Oh, I left it open. This is WRWM 344, Blue Ridge 63. My name is Mike.
They'll let anybody in here. On the net, you can talk about your day's activities, radio equipment, or anything you think we'd like to hear. This is a family-based network, so we encourage you to get your family involved. Guest check-ins are welcome from anyone with a valid FCC call sign. Once the floor is open, it is permissible to address other members of the net by their name or tactical unit number. Your FCC call sign is only required when you sign in and sign out of the net. Also, you can tune in on our YouTube channel, just not live. Tomorrow we'll post the video from tonight, and you'll be able to listen in and hear how you sound right here in Studio Vanguard. Tonight's topic is all things Jeep Fest. We're going to talk about what is a directed net and what we can expect out of Jeep Fest weekend, which is coming up PDQ.
Next weekend, I think.
Yeah. So let's find out what's going on in the world of North Georgia GMRS while we catch up with Kate.
Let's reset, and we'll let her have it.
Good evening. This is Atlanta 751, WRMR 367. Kate from high atop Mount Waleski coming to you live tonight from Studio Vanguard with this week's Catch Up with Kate. The latest NGGMRS sauce. GMRS news that we can all relish. Be sure to tune in Friday night for the Friday Night at 9 Simplex Challenge. This week's standard frequency testing is planned. After each frequency, there will be a brief discussion. Early check-ins will start at 8 p.m. on the ball ground repeater. If you have any questions, reach out to Dana, Atlanta 250, or Jonathan, Gainesville 58. All are welcome to attend. And a special note, there will be no Friday 9 at 9 Simplex Net on August 29th, so a week from tonight, as the ball ground repeater will be linked to the network for Jeep Fest Night Ride. We will resume Simplex testing on the 5th of September, so no Friday 9 at 9 challenge next week. You guys get a week off. Friday, August 23rd is the date for the Chattanooga area lunch. Hey, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, fantastic.
It will be held at Champy's in East Ridge. Come be a part of the conversation while we discuss a change of venue. Come hang out with us, meet some of the voices that you hear on the radio, sharing some good food and good friends. Thanks from Ronnie, Chat 69, and Jim, Chat 84. And the Little Miss Radio Net will take place Monday, September 9th. The topic for this net will be hidden or strange talents. Check-ins will start at 7:30 p.m. with the net starting at 8. I think we should break. And in other news, the Hickson, Tennessee Berkshire Hathaway office will be the location for a hands-on training opportunity on August 24th. That is this Saturday. This workshop will be held for Amateur Radio Emergency Data Network. AREDN is a networking protocol that does require an amateur license, but offers great bandwidth and some cool features for networking devices wirelessly and at some distance. This workshop is limited to 25 attendees, so please visit w4am.net. That's whiskey 4 alpha mike.net to register for this hands-on training event. There will be another hands-on training opportunity at this same location to create your own Meshtastic node on September 21st at 10 a.m. This workshop is also limited to 25 attendees, so please be sure to register soon. Visit w4am.net. The North Georgia GMRS Network would like to say thank you to the CARC. The Chattanooga Amateur Radio Club is hosting these workshops, and who doesn't love an opportunity for hands-on learning? More information about these events and other events the CARC engages in can be found at w4am.net. Jeep Fest is just 1 week away.
Woohoo!
1 week from tonight will be the opening night ride at Jeep Fest. And we still have some volunteer opportunities for both Jeep operators on the trails and for help at one of our information booths. And remember, folks, this is a charity event. This event raises money for children's charities around the area. North Georgia GMRS is providing service to the community and for a greater cause than just Jeep enthusiasts riding around on the trails. If you can donate time, please send an email to jeepfest@nggmrs.org for information about open volunteer positions. And our official live stream of the regional net will return next Thursday, August 29th, where you guys will be streaming live from the Jeep Fest night ride. So this will be the last week that we will be recording the net, and it will be uploaded tomorrow morning to YouTube. If you have any questions, suggestions, or spicy announcements for us to catch up on, send me a note at kate@nggmrs.org. And please have them in by Tuesday at noon so we have time to prepare to get your announcement on the air. We are North Georgia GMRS Network. This is WRMR 367, Atlanta 751. My name is Kate. And now back to Net Control.
All right. Well, thank you for those announcements, Kate. And, just to kind of circle back to the Jeep Fest and volunteer opportunities, do I need to break?
No, you didn't push the pedal down.
You weren't on
Carry
for a
on.
second. You are now.
There's a red light on. Somebody's got the PTT down.
Now we do. Go ahead.
All right. I saw the red light. I thought we were good to go. Okay, where was I? We were talking about volunteer opportunities. So for Jeep Fest, so one of the things that I'd like to make very clear is the requirements for volunteering for this are basically a person and a voice. And so if you have a voice and you can operate a PTT button, if you don't have a radio, we can put one in your hands, and we just need people to observe things and report, and to man various stations, and be able to communicate what they see. So, for instance, we were just asked this week if we had some additional volunteers that could help out or in and around the obstacle course. So just spotters that can identify if a problem develops or if a vehicle breaks down somewhere on the obstacle course. We can make that known right away at the entrance to the course, so we can stop vehicles from entering, and maybe keep from having congestion. So if something does break down and several more vehicles do enter, it can make it that much more difficult to get the broken down vehicle off of the course. So that's just one of the many tasks that we'll have for some of the North Georgia GMRS volunteers.
And it doesn't have to be an entire day volunteered, right? If someone is available for even half a day, like 4 hours, that would be helpful.
That's right. And the more volunteers we have, the shorter those shifts can be.
Yeah.
So we don't want anybody to be stuck in a lawn chair in the shade, standing at any post for any given time.
Yeah.
Ideally, you'll have an opportunity to serve at a few posts for various periods, and then also come back to base camp, walk around the grounds, visit the vendors, pet some dogs, And will there be dogs there?
I believe Teddy will be there. Yes,
Yeah,
and some other dogs.
I'm pretty sure Penny is coming too. And
Yay!
yeah, and we have a vendor that's going to be there to provide a cooling refreshment station for pets.
Yes. Blue and Brew, who are the creator of these travel dog beds, will be there, and they are running the dog rehabilitation area, which is going to provide the very hot dogs in this August weather with some shade and some cool water and some very comfortable beds to lay on if they need to take a break.
Buns and ketchup mustard.
Sure, all of those things.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot
Very good.
dog.
All right. Well, good stuff. Jeff, what do you think? Is it time for Julie's tips?
Yeah, let's see what Julie. Let's take a break and see what Julie has to say.
Awesome.
This is WQYR 514 Atlanta 947. My name is Julie with this week's new user tips and operating procedure segment. This week we will talk about a directed net communications. As Jeep Fest approaches, it's all the buzz around North Georgia GMRS Network, and for good reason. This is our opportunity to serve the greater community and show how important GMRS communications can be. Our public service demonstrates the value that this network can bring to a public event, and our volunteers will play an important role in interfacing communications between the sheriff's tactical comms and the public on our network. Studio Vanguard is capable of operating in both bands, and with permission from the sheriff, we have direct communication on their frequencies. This allows us to take reports and instructions from the officials at the event, and it allows us to provide information the officers may need to know about. This proved vital in last year's event, and we expect to carry out that same level of service this year again with a directed net. Let me break. A directed net is a net control operation where all traffic is directed to and directed by net control. During Jeep Fest, our operators will come on and offer periodic reports of trail conditions, event news, announcements, and special instructions, such as a certain trail may be closed during a breakdown, or announcements of events coming up like the Show and Shine in downtown Jasper. These announcements will happen every 15 to 20 minutes during the times trails are open. In between announcements, there will be plenty of time if you have traffic for the net to call out to net control and request the net. Depending on timing, activity on the sheriff's tactical channel, and other considerations, net control may authorize your request, or you may be asked to stand by until an announcement, report, or news is transmitted before authorizing your traffic. Once you get the authority to proceed, call out your traffic, and during the call, be sure to refrain from quick keys in case an urgent communication becomes necessary. Let me break. Once the trails close for the day, net control will return repeaters to normal use. The directed net will be in effect on Friday, August 30th, Saturday, August 31st, and for a few hours on Sunday, September 1st. By operating as a directed net, we believe we can provide the best service to the Jeep operators attending the Sheriff's Jeep Fest and to our network members who utilize the network on a regular basis. And by checking in with net control before jumping on the air for a 20-minute rag chew, we can be sure the airwaves are available for limited membership use and for effective public service at this year's Sheriff's Jeep Fest. So what if someone forgets and calls out to another member without calling net control? Our net controllers will offer a reminder that we are operating as a directed net and to please check in with net control before making any call outs. It's just one weekend. We don't think it will impact normal network traffic significantly. And just remember that the Sheriff's Jeep Fest raises money for a variety of charities that share one thing in common: caring for children. 100% of the proceeds go on to help kids in and around our community. This is what all the work and all the fun is about. These are just a few of the new user tips and operating procedures. I hope you'll tune in next week for my next segment. And remember, if you have any questions or suggestions for new user tips and operating procedures segment, send me a note at julie@nggmrs.org. We are North Georgia GMRS Network, and this is WQIR 514, Atlanta 947. My name is Julie. Good night, everyone.
All right. Well, we didn't get a text from the Angry Hobbit telling us we forgot to identify. So
No,
I
we
think
did
we're
that
good
this week.
right?
Yeah,
All right.
we're on our best behavior.
Well, good stuff. Well, thanks for those tips, Julie, and we'll see you out the door and see you back in here again next week. All right. So I've forgotten already. What's our topic?
Directed nets, Jeep Fest, volunteering, everything going on next week.
We've already talked about all that.
We
can
have.
We just move right along now.
Take
Jeff,
check-ins.
Jeff, do we have anything we need to build in on or clarify? Or what did I leave out?
Well, I mean, we touched on it briefly about the other volunteer opportunities that are needed as far as communicators on the trailheads, communicators on the obstacle course, the mud pit. The Sheriff's Department just needs professional quality communicators at these posts to relay information back and forth and make sure that everybody knows what's going on, be it the Sheriff's Department, be it the GMRS community, the public in general. I mean, last year we had missing children that we were looking for. Well, I shouldn't say the child was missing. The parents were missing.
We
knew where the
missing,
children were.
we had missing wheels off of Jeeps out on the trails.
So-
Broken axles.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of things that need to be relayed and communicated, and so there's many volunteer opportunities throughout the event, and we're just trying to provide the community in general, be it the Jeep community and the Pickens County community, with service to help prevent traffic jams and other things around the neighborhood as well.
That's right. So our role here at Vanguard will be kind of a clearinghouse for that information. So when reports come in, we'll determine whether that report needs to be relayed to the GMRS side of things, or whether that information needs to be conveyed to the Sheriff's Department, or neither. Maybe it's not relevant news, and so we'll make that determination right here in Vanguard. But nonetheless, we want to get as much reporting from the field as we can. So we'll have operators at trailheads that can tell us, if a trail is congested, if it's very busy, maybe it would make sense to go to a different trail and let the traffic kind of settle down at that one. We can find out what the trail conditions are from users who are on the trails. If a trail has been reported as being, moderate, and you get there and you find that it's very difficult, let us know so that we can pass that on, because trail conditions can and often will change throughout the weekend. And some trails may get easier if things dry out, but if we get some rain, some trails may start off easy and end up being difficult before the event is over. So there's just no telling how all of that will play out, and that information can make a huge difference to the Jeep community and to the operation of the event overall. Let me break. So with those things in mind, we're looking for people that will sit at the trailheads and kind of regulate access into the trail and communicate with us about anything related to congestion. if trails do get to the place where vehicles are backed up out onto the road, we need to let people know to go to a different trail for a while and let that traffic ease up. We also might need to convey that to the sheriff's department so they can get somebody there to manage the traffic until that does clear up. So lots of opportunities to report information, and that's primarily what we are trying to accomplish for the event.
So right now we're sitting at 60 volunteers, 60, and we're hoping for another handful or so. We'd like to be comfortable around 65, and then obviously the more the merrier. If we get more than 65, then we can just rotate out shifts that much sooner, and nobody has to be stuck in the same spot for hours and hours on end. So right now we're at 60. We'd like to see some more if people are available, specifically for Saturday and Sunday.
So in by getting more people to help out, that kind of lessens the load on the folks that are already committed to this, and that gives folks an opportunity to maybe break from. Oh, speaking of break, to maybe break from the task that they're engaged in. They can take a break from that and go walk around the grounds, visit the vendors, buy a hot dog,
Take a nap.
and then refresh and come back and engage in their next volunteer assignment. And that's what we're kind of hoping to have, is that no one has to sit in any position all day on any day, but that we'll have people that can kind of rotate in and out and take a shift and make it enjoyable for everybody. You get to serve and you get to enjoy, and that's pretty cool.
And we're hoping this year, well, Mike and I are hoping, that we can actually live stream the whole event throughout the whole weekend. And that's one thing we did not do last year, but many folks who around the vast network coverage asked to see what was going on, what we saw. Yes, they heard the radio traffic, but they couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So Mike and I and a few others have put together a little video production team, so we intend to put regular posts at the minimum. Hopefully we can live stream throughout the course of the event.
And that's something that is a step beyond what we have been able to do in the past. So we've acquired some new capabilities, and we want to exercise these. We'll either get it right or wrong, but we'll enjoy doing it, and I think it'll be worthwhile content for the viewers. If you want to know what's going on at Jeep Fest, just pull up the YouTube live stream, and you'll be able to see all sorts of things. You'll be able to see what's the camera, the GoPro view of vehicles on the trails. You'll be able to see some drone footage of things happening at base camp, and we'll stop and talk with Jeep operators and other people of interest whenever the opportunity comes about. And all those visits and interviews and special features, we'll just dump those onto the live stream as the days progress for the event. So tune in and out and back in again throughout the day. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to additional check-ins. Are we there yet, or did I miss anything?
No, I think we're there.
All right. So let's go to Zello check-ins. We only had one Zello check-in in our early bird check-in. So we'll leave a long, awkward pause for any Zello check-ins. RF users, please hold your traffic until Zello check-ins are finished. Net control, standing by.
This is Atlanta 419, WRDX 441, Jason incoming, checking in and checking out.
That wasn't it. What was the region?
It was Jason incoming.
This is WRMG 494, Atlanta 292, Derek and Rockmart, checking in, checking out.
Oh, I didn't have Zello on.
Yeah, I don't either. It is running on this machine, though.
This is WRTL 831, Atlanta 580, Marietta, Georgia. Checking in, checking out.
I don't think that's right either. 580? Okay. He was not a Zello check-in.
I've got the audio.
Jeff, I missed a Jason incoming. I thought it was Atlanta 415. Can you pull up your Zello?
I've got the audio broken on that because it's annoying.
It would have been 3 transmissions ago.
I got Atlanta 419 and I got Atlanta 292.
419, that's it. I had 415. And can you tell me the last one? Was it Atlanta 580 Jerry Davis? Yep.
All right, let me go ahead and acknowledge this round of check-ins. Hey, looky there, we have Blue Ridge 549. Uncle Mike from up around Cherry Log is in and out with us this evening. How'd that happen?
I don't know.
Well, we've got him. He's in the log now, and there's no escape. So thank you, Uncle Mike, for your check-in tonight. We've got you in the log. We also have Atlanta 419. Jason, incoming, is in with us tonight. Atlanta 292, Derek in Rockmart, is in and out. Hey, Derek, thanks for the work on Studio B. It looks fantastic. Studio B's got a roof.
I think we're due for an update video on
yeah,
Studio
that's coming.
B.
That's
We should do
coming.
that.
So, yeah, we'll have to do that. So, in the process right now of putting some scaffolding together.
Nice.
To get the sheathing on the front, the upper portion of the front. And so we'll build a Widowmaker and then get those panels up. Get that door
Good deal.
installed. And keep on moving with the project. So, again, thanks, Derek, for your contributions and your effort on Studio B. I can say for sure that Derek went above and beyond, and all I can say is thanks. We also have Atlanta 580 Jerry in Marietta. We've got you in, so if you're there, that'll be great. If not, we weren't sure if you were in and out. We'll figure it out when the time comes. Those are the Zello check-ins we have at this time. We'll continue with check-ins from any repeater other than Flagship. Flagship users, please hold your traffic. We'll come to you here shortly. Net Control, standing by.
This is WRJR 959 CW2 Steve in Arnoldville checking in.
Big yes.
This is
No, I know that voice.
This is WRAT 241, Atlanta 403. Bobby over in White County at the Vortex, checking in and out.
This is WRQZ 941, Rome 12, Mark in Rome, checking in and out.
This is WSDB 999, Atlanta 629, Scott in Monroe, checking in, checking out.
This is WRQV 762, Gainesville 44, Joe in Cleveland, Georgia, checking in and out.
This is Columbus 25, WSCC 901, checking in and checking out.
This is WSEF 744, Cape Cove 40, checking in, checking out.
This is This is WRKJ 453, Chattanooga 69, Ronnie and Las Vegas. Checking in and out, guys. Thank you.
All right. Should we call out this round of check-ins?
That was a good round.
All right. Let's go ahead and do that then. We have CW2. Stephen in Arnoldsville. Is he in? Looks like he's in. We also have Atlanta 403. Bobby at the Vortex is in tonight. We have Rome 12. Mark in Rome is in and out. Atlanta 629. Scott in Monroe is in and out. Gainesville 44. Joe in Cleveland is in and out. Columbus 25. Peter at West Point is in and out. Cades Cove 40. James in Knoxville in and out. And Chattanooga 69. Ronnie in Las Vegas is in and out. Those are the check-ins we have at this time. If you didn't hear your name called, we didn't catch your check-in. So let's continue on with any repeater anywhere, including the flagship machine. Remember, this is the point at which we often get doubles, so please slow a little bit and make sure the air is clear when you give your check-in. Net control, standing by.
This is
Double right off the bat.
Yep.
WROB 245, Atlanta 849, Pamela in Duluth, in Atlanta 848 by relay, Ernest in Duluth in and out.
This is WRPM 847, Chattanooga 162, Larry in North Chattanooga. Check me in and out, please.
This is
Sounded like Flip.
This is WREV 450, Atlanta 26, Flip. I'm in the beautiful Blue Druid Hills, and I am checked in, not checking out.
That lookout station can't seem to get in.
This is WSAL 368, Atlanta 263, Rogers and Dunwoody checking in and checking out.
This is WRXP 256, Atlanta 305, James Indicator, checking in and checking out. This is WRPM 600, Atlanta 75, Harry in
Well, is that it?
I think so.
That's right where we were last week. All right, with that, we're going to go ahead and acknowledge this round of check-ins. I heard Atlanta 849 Pamela in Duluth is in and out, as well as Atlanta 848 Ernest, also in Duluth, also in and out. Chattanooga 162 Larry is not in Duluth. He's in Chattanooga. He's also in and out. The Atlanta 26 Flip in the beautiful Druid Hills is in with us this evening. Atlanta 263 Rogers in Dunwoody is in and out. Atlanta 305 James in Decatur is in and out. Atlanta 75 Harry in Marietta is in and out. That is the lineup that we have at this time. If you missed your opportunity to check in, we'll have one more round of check-ins at the end of the program. So stick around, and there's still a chance to get your name on the roster for tonight's net. So let's head on up to the top. And who do we have? It looks like we have Chattanooga 160 David in Chickamauga. David, did you have any questions or comments for the net? And any remarks regarding the directed net operations coming up next weekend?
Well, good evening, everybody. Jeff, Justin, Julie. Why Blue Ridge 63? Mike, that's it. Good evening. Well, I could tell you that I don't have any comments on the directed net. I think last year when we did Jeep Fest, everything went pretty smoothly. I will tell you I had a blast there last year. I can make it down this Saturday, or that Saturday coming up, so be great to spend the day there. And if you've never been to Jeep Fest, even just to go and watch all the events were incredible. Got to watch people break Jeeps, smash cars, go through the mud. Watching the kids go through the mud was probably my favorite. Maybe somebody will push Chuck in the mud this year. Maybe I think it's Ronnie this year, but somebody's going in the mud, I think. But it was an absolute blast, and I think this year is going to be even better. Hope to see a lot more Jeeps and a lot more people come down and enjoy it. That's all I got. Back to you, Net Control.
All right. A lot of fun was had last year, and we'll have to let Chuck tell the story because he is a storyteller, and I think that'll be a good story.
We were just talking about getting some mud on Chuck's truck or Chuck's Jeep because he rarely does himself.
Well, there's all kinds of stuff that he gets on that Jeep on the highway.
Yes.
I know that he likes to follow vehicles that leak things, like cattle trucks.
Oh. We won't get that kind of mud on his Jeep.
So, whether it's mud or it's the blue stuff from the PVC containers with doors at the event. I'm not allowed to call it what I know it as. What is the name for that?
Porta-John.
Yeah, that's the one I'm not supposed to say.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's porta-potty.
Porta-potty.
Yeah, John's not portable at all. He's stationary. He's a fixed element. Well, maybe that's not a good thing to say either. I don't know if he's fixed or not.
It depends if he's listening. He'll correct us later.
Yeah, I suppose he will. But, all right. Well, in any case, lots of fun to be had. We had a great time last year, and I think we'll have a lot of fun this year. And we'll have more stories to tell because I think we're going to have a lot more volunteers. Our presence at Jeep Fest this year will be significant, and I think we can make a great contribution. We can help out the Sheriff's Department by providing better communications than they've had in the past. And I think we'll have a great time. So good stuff, David, and look forward to seeing you on the grounds next weekend. Next we have Chattanooga 19 Jack in Chattanooga. Jack, do you have any questions or comments for the upcoming net?
WRZP 299, Chattanooga 19. Thank you, Justin. I do not have any traffic. Fortunately, I won't be able to make the Jeep Fest this year. I was excited for it. I didn't register just because I wasn't sure about my college schedule. and what my classes look like. We just had the first week of classes, and I'm swamped in accounting. So instead of getting muddy and playing around with Jeeps and radios, I get to do accounting balance sheets. That'll be fun. But I'm not going to bore the net with that. I wish everybody luck this year. Have fun with it, and we'll see you on the next go-round. WRZP 299, Chattanooga 19, clear to net. Thank you.
Very good. I believe Atlanta 935 is also studying accounting. My son is an accountant at EY in Atlanta, and he engages primarily in audits, and he has been engaged in some pretty interesting finds, particularly with Coca-Cola, in places where they spend tremendous amounts of money. And he's been able to identify, some of those things and identify ways that they can do things differently and not spend those dollars. So that's been interesting. It's also been very interesting. I mean, he makes more money than I do now. He's just a kid, and he's going to go places. So there is a lot of opportunity in the accounting field, and there's some great opportunities for you and for Claire in that arena. So good luck with that. Stick to your classes. Jeep Fest, I'm fairly certain, will be going on in the next several years. So once you finish school, then you come hang out with us, and we'll have a good old time. So good stuff, Jack, and hope that the studies go well. Next on the list, we have Gainesville 57, Richard in Westminster, South Carolina. Richard, did you have any questions or comments for the net tonight? All right, I'm betting he was an in and out.
We will reflect it as such.
All right, we're going to go ahead and show Richard as in and out and continue on. Next, we have Roosevelt 17, Keith in Rockwood. Keith, do you have any questions or comments for the net tonight?
Roosevelt 17, no traffic. Over, back to net.
All right, Keith. Well, thank you for that. We're going to mark you as in and out as well and continue on to Dallas 37. He has his own base camp set up, I believe. David, did you have any comments for the net tonight?
Good evening, Justin and everyone. I won't be able to make it to the Jeep Fest again this year, and I admire all y'all going up there to help. It's a really great cause. Helping out up there with everybody. Wish I could have the time to go. How am I sounding tonight, Justin? I'm using my new NX 1800 that I picked up from Hobby Communications last week.
Well, you're making the trip. The audio is just a little bit low, but and there's some white noise coming through with your signal, but you are getting here. We just bumped the volume up just a little bit here in Studio Vanguard to be able to pull you through the hiss, but we've got you. So you're making the trip. You're on the 1800?
Correct. I'm over here near Mount Cheaha in Alabama. I'm on the Rome repeater. I'm almost 70 miles from the Rome repeater.
Well, that's very cool. Hey, you'll have to check out the video that just dropped on the YouTube channel about the 1800. It's a kind of an unboxing / how-to video for that radio. So I'm sure you already know most of what's in the video, but I think it might be a great refresher. And as time goes on and you forget a few things, you can always go back to the YouTube channel and take that refresher course about the features and operations on the 1800. So definitely check that out. And I hate that we're going to miss you at Jeep Fest this year, but I hope you have a great time with the weekend you're you're doing, and saw your picture of your base camp, and looks like a great little setup up there. So 70 miles from Rome.
It's a good trip.
That's not a bad contact at all. So good stuff, David. Glad you made it in tonight. And with that, we're going to continue on. Next on our list is McDonough 22 Tim in Stockbridge. Tim, do you have any comments for the net tonight?
Good evening, Net Control and everybody on the net. I wish I could make it to the Jeep Fest. My mobility issues kind of, if I got up there, I probably wouldn't last very long in the heat and everything, but it'd be something, type of thing I would enjoy to watch, As far as the directed net thing goes, my only comment on that would be, it's kind of like when y'all call out for Zello check-ins only, If people just listen and follow the instructions, everything will run smoothly and have no problems. So, and if you tune in late, first of all, keep up with events that are happening on the Facebook page and on the weekly net, and follow the instructions there. And if you tune in and you're not hearing anything on the radio when you first turn your radio on, wait a couple of minutes before you start transmitting or anything, and see if there's any traffic going back and forth, and maybe just a pause that you entered in on there. But other than that, that'd be about all I got to say, and I'll throw it back to Net Control. Have a good evening, everyone.
Always good advice, Tim, whether there's a directed net weekend happening or not. When you turn the radio on, it's best to listen for just a little bit and be sure the airwaves are clear before you jump right in and transmit. Because, and I've done this exact same thing. Jump in a truck, fire it up, put it in gear, start pulling out of the parking lot, grab the microphone and hit the PTT, only to realize that I've just stepped on a conversation that's already underway. I've done it before myself.
I have.
It's easy to do. It's a little embarrassing, and fortunately most of our audience is pretty forgiving in circumstances like that, but every once in a while somebody will grump at you for that kind of thing. During the directed net weekend, we'll have instructions for our net operators to make a gentle reminder that we are operating under a directed net. So if you come on the air, you're unaware of what's going on, or you've forgotten, whatever, and you make a call out to somebody, our net controllers will come on and they will remind you that we are under a directed net. And at that time, if there is an opportunity for you to complete your call, they will grant you that authorization. If there is an announcement or news that needs to be conveyed, in a moment, they may ask you to wait until after the announcement for you to make your call out. So it just kind of depends. We're not entirely sure yet if we're going to do announcements every 15 minutes or every 20 minutes. So it seems like 15 minutes might be too much, and it seems like 20 might not be enough. So it's real easy to look for information, on a quarter hour. But we at the same time, it kind of feels like that might be too much. So we're just going to kind of weigh that as we go, and see what the right balance for announcements are. And then, of course, if there's something that occurs that needs to be addressed immediately, we'll come on the air and handle that traffic as needed. But if you forget and you just interrupt the net controller and try to call out to somebody, we won't make a big deal of it, but we will make a reminder that we are operating under a directed net. So, as Tim says, the best plan is to just turn your radio on and monitor for a little bit before you make a call out, and that I think will protect you from most of the mistakes that I've made in regards to stepping on other traffic. Good stuff, Tim. Thank you for that. With that, we're going to continue on to Atlanta 933. Dwayne, we weren't sure if you were in and out or in, but I'm going to call on you anyway. And Dwayne, did you have any questions or comments for this weekend? Actually, it's next weekend, and the directed net at Jeep Fest.
Yeah, no questions, Justin. I do know that as far as Jeep Fest, Claire, Atlanta 935, she's very excited to be able to come down there and volunteer. She's still working on all of us, myself and her sister, Atlanta 936, to come down there as well. We're still not sure if we're going to be able to make it, but if we can, we will. But it just sounds like a great event, and just want to extend a thanks and appreciation to everybody that's volunteering. It's a great cause, and it sounds like a lot of fun, and it's a great exposure for North Georgia GMRS Network, and just educating people about radio in general. So just kudos to everybody, and with that, that's all I got.
Very good stuff. And, one thing we probably should talk a little bit about is the itinerary for the Jeep Fest weekend. So Jeep Fest starts off on Thursday night with the night ride. And as many of you know, there's a regular program that happens on the North Georgia GMRS Network on Thursdays. Mike, what would that be?
A particular net? I think it is.
Is it this one?
I think it's this one.
So
are we doing this one?
I'm pretty sure it's this one. So we will change things up just a little bit. Next week for the net will be all about Jeep Fest. We'll have folks that are out in the parking lot for the lineup for the night ride, and we will talk with various Jeep operators, in that lineup, and then we will remain on the air. Doing periodic informational check-ins throughout the night ride until all the Jeeps return to base camp after the night ride. So
give just a 15-second on what the night ride is and what folks should expect.
So the night ride is just exactly that. It is all the Jeeps are going to line up on the base camp grounds prior to the Jeep Fest event, and it's kind of whoever gets there first. Lines up first, and then they line up in rows after that. There'll be hundreds of Jeeps there. Many
it's a
hundreds.
Spectacle.
Most likely.
Yeah.
And it'll be a sight to see. We will have our live stream in play, so we'll have some video of the event. So Tim, you won't have to go there. We're going to try to bring Jeep Fest to you. So you can, in the comfort of your home, hang out and see all the things that are going on, or as much as we can show you, and we're going to try to bring the event to you. So the live stream will be up and running next week. We'll be back live instead of on tape like we are tonight. And
live on tape?
Live on tape, that's right. Jeff's not going to edit any of the things that I say. He's just going to air it as soon as the upload finishes tomorrow, and then of course YouTube's going to make their copyright claim, and then we'll have to dispute that. And then sometime, hopefully tomorrow afternoon, evening,
it'll be up.
The YouTube video will be up.
Maybe after lunch.
But we have to jump through all of YouTube's hoops first. But so that will be Thursdays. The night ride will be all the Jeeps. They're gonna line up, and when it gets dark, they're going to go out under escort to one of the Jeep trails, and they're going to ride that trail in the dark, and we'll hear reports and ghost stories and all kinds of stuff from the trail as the night ride goes on. I wonder if Pumpkin Spice will be...
I was just going to ask that too.
If he'll be leading that parade or just somewhere in the middle of it.
Well, it's officially Pumpkin Spice season, so we can use that nickname again.
That's right.
True.
So
I got that announcement, yesterday, I think, in my email?
As of today.
Of today, okay.
So the Pumpkin Spice is back, and we'll be learning all about things going on throughout the weekend from first-hand reports, and hopefully from GoPro video right off of the Pumpkin Spice.
Well, we got Bob's big white and green monster, too, that we intend to have a GoPro in.
So, we hope to have a couple of good ride-alongs that we can share with the audience. And then Friday will be a regular day of Jeeps operating on the trails. So we'll have volunteers at the trailheads. We'll have volunteers in Jeeps riding the trails, giving us some information, and hopefully some good GoPro video.
Oh, I want that job. I want to do that.
Nope.
Just bring a Jeep.
You're already spoken for.
Ugh.
Yeah, just bring your Jeep and set your GoPro on it, and and give us reports on the trails as you go, and that's the program. So that'll be a big part of what Friday is. Saturday will be much the same with Jeeps on the trails, but in addition, there will be events at base camp. So there will be obstacle courses, there will be a mud pit, there will be the rock mountain climb. All of those things will happen right there at base camp, and we hope to have good video and good representation of those events as well. So Tim, we're going to do our best to bring Jeep Fest right to you. You won't have to worry about making it here, and we're doing that just for you. You're the only reason we're doing it, right, Jeff?
Well, I mean, he was the biggest person who asked for it, so
yeah. So all of the effort and all of this is because we have a good time doing it, and because we want to bring the Jeep Fest to you. But good comments, Dwayne, and look forward to seeing you and your family there. And
it'll be good to have Claire back.
It'll definitely be good to have Claire.
See if she boots you out again.
Well, yeah, she already did say that she's booting you out of Vanguard.
And you know what?
She did.
That would be a welcome opportunity because I'm going to have a lot of hours in this chair. And so a chance to get out and enjoy some of the vendors. And, there were a bunch of food vendors last year. I didn't get a chance to see any of them, partly because the Sheriff's Department fed us very well, and partly because Uncle Mike from Cherry Log fed us very, very, very well. And we were just so busy with so many visitors and guests coming by to say hi that it was hard for me to break away. Had a great time, loved every minute of it, and I can hardly wait to do it again here in just a week.
7 days.
Yeah. So Saturday, like I say, there will be the obstacle course, lots of stuff going on from there. Sunday will be just trails starting at, 10 a.m. on Sunday? It's a little later start because they're going to have a church service on the Jeep Fest grounds Sunday morning.
And a breakfast.
And that starts, I believe, at 8:30.
Yep.
So the trails won't open until all of that is finished. And then the whole event wraps up Sunday around 3 p.m. So once all the Jeeps are off the trails on Sunday, we'll be returning the repeaters back to normal use. And that'll be the end of the directed net on that particular weekend. So
then we got to pack up all this gear and lug it home.
And recover from all of it on Monday.
Good thing Monday's a holiday.
That's right. So, all right, let me break, and we'll continue on with some more check-ins. Next on the list, we have Noonan 120 Carmine in Fayetteville. Carmine, do you have any comments about the directed net, and do you understand how that's going to play next week during the Jeep Fest? I take it he doesn't understand?
Or he understands perfectly and has no questions. One of the two.
Or was he in and out?
He was in.
Noonan 120 Carmine, did you have any comments for the net tonight? All right.
Although now he's going to be in and out.
Yep. All right, we're going to show Carmine as in and out and continue on. Next on the list is Atlanta 256 Chuck in Dawsonville. Chuck, any questions or comments?
Well, good evening, guys. I'm going to try and stay out of the mud and stay from following cattle trailers and good stuff like that. And just to let everybody know, even if you don't have a Jeep, it's still a lot of fun to mingle with the folks at the Jeep Fest break. It doesn't cost anything to come in and park and hang out and talk to everybody. It's a lot of fun. The volunteers always have a good time. I had a blast last year, and I suspect I'll have a blast again this year, no matter what Jeff throws at me.
Well, that's just the fun of it all, isn't it? All the various tasks, the challenges, the things that you didn't see coming, and look out because here they come. Lots of stuff that needed to be handled and taken care of, and I think
This year there's more.
well, this year there's more. I think as a team we did a really good job taking care of many of those details, and I hope that we can repeat that this year. We have a larger base of volunteers this year. We have a better understanding of what needs to be done, and we have hopefully better coordination with the sheriff's department and the various officers with their various fields of responsibility. That's one of the things we didn't really get last year was we interfaced with just a couple of people from the department, but what we didn't know was there were layers underneath them of people that we really needed direct access to be able to handle all of the various things that they were looking for. So those tasks and those needs and those challenges came funneled to us through an individual, and we have more direct access now to the various players and the stakeholders within the event. And I think that we'll do a better job of communicating directly without the middleman, and I think we can be more efficient and more direct in how we handle the various and wild array of circumstances that they will throw at us. So whatever you can imagine, they will create things that are well outside of that.
And Chuck, you'll be happy to hear. We got your workstation all set up. Jeff has been working on it the last couple days.
And just remember, don't shoot the messenger.
Uh-oh. Sounds like you're prefacing something.
He's blaming me.
Oh.
I'm just the messenger.
You assigned the work, though.
But I'm just the messenger in reality.
Okay.
I want to know what that giant kiddie pool and those 16 bags of clay are all about. Is that what...
We hadn't told him about the kiddie pool yet.
Yeah, you just let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, man.
Is he? I want to know, though, is he bringing Holly for any of this?
I don't know. Chuck, are you bringing Holly?
No, I think it's going to be enough for just me, and it's probably going to be warm out there, and she'll be relaxed at home. I'll put on Lucky Dog so she can watch TV all day. I think she's going to be just fine. But I need to learn more about this swimming pool and clay, and I'm still picking the mud out from being pushed in the mud pit last year.
I'm being told those weren't bags of clay. They were bags of Sacrete for the Studio C project coming up. And there is no kiddie pool. I don't know what I saw. So that's what they're telling me off camera. Something about cats in bags, and I may have let one out. I don't see any cats around here. I'm confused as to what's going on. So I guess we're going to all figure it out next week. And I look forward to seeing you there. Next on the list, we have Uncle Mike from up around Cherry Log is in and out. I wanted to say thanks especially to Uncle Mike for the special gift that he made last year at Jeep Fest, and not forgotten, very much appreciated. And you know, what a cool thing to have that resource of food available, because at many times we were too busy to take time out to go get something, and Mike came through for us in a very large way. So thank you very much for that. Really appreciated that. Next on our list, we have Atlanta 419 Jason incoming is in with us tonight. Jason, did you have any questions or comments for the net?
I'm doing it this time. I'm looking forward to, this is going to be the first time I'm hearing a directed net. And, looking forward to it. I really wish my health would allow me to be, part of Jeep Fest, but there's always next year. I just want to thank you guys for the continued great service that you do for the community, and let you know how much I appreciate being a part of the NGGMRS family. So back to you, Atlanta 419, WRDX 441. I will be clear.
No, all right. Well, thank you very much. And just like we had indicated for Tim, we hope we're brand new at this. We're just a bunch of guys. We're a bunch of tech nerds. We like cool gadgets and stuff, and so we're gonna play the role of video producer, and we're gonna try to bring to you at home the event. So if you can't make it, we want to bring Jeep Fest to you in the best way that we can. So we're not professionals at this, and we're brand new in the game, but we think that we can do a really good job of presenting the material.
As long as we have the internet that's promised to us.
Well, that's
the big caveat. Yeah,
that's going to be the catch in the whole thing. So if the bandwidth isn't there, then we're going to probably revert to posting videos throughout the day.
What we call live on tape.
Live on tape, much like we are right now. So we can't give you the live stream because of our location here, but we are recording the net just as though we were going to live stream right over the air right now. So that recording is going to get packaged up and sent off to YouTube in the morning, and hopefully it'll be available for viewing sometime tomorrow after we go through all the bureaucracy of the copyright claims and so forth.
The YouTube algorithms.
I don't think we'll have the copyright claims on the Jeep Fest videos, although we might. But I think most of those posts will go up and be up pretty quick, probably within an hour or two. So, but if we can live stream, that's even better.
Yeah, if we can live stream, then we have the chat going and it's more interactive. So that is the goal.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing, and it's one thing I kind of missed last week and this week is that without the chat, we do miss a certain element of.
I do miss that
of contribution here.
Yeah.
So we've got some participants that are well outside of the area that often have some interesting things to say, and we kind of wish that we, especially these last 2 weeks, kind of wish that we had the opportunity to interact with them. But that's coming back. That'll be back in September after the Jeep Fest. What's our first week of live stream after Jeep Fest? Is it September 21 or something like that?
20. It's not that long, is it?
2 weeks after. Yeah, that sounds right.
12th.
Yeah, because Vanguard's going to come right back here after Jeep Fest, and then I think it goes to Woodstock on the 18th or 21st, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in that time frame. So whatever net, whatever net we have after that will be the resumption of our regular live stream program. All right, let's break and continue on. All right, next we have Atlanta 580 Jerry in Marietta. We don't know if Jerry's in and out or not, so we're just going to call on him and see what we get. Jerry, are you there, and do you have any comments or questions? All right, we'll show Jerry as in and out and continue on. Next we have CW2 Stephen in Arnoldsville. Stephen, did you have any questions or comments for the net tonight?
Yeah, thank you, Justin. Hello to everybody at Net Control. This will be my first volunteering at the Jeep Fest, and I was wondering what kind of other gear should I bring? I'm thinking things like maybe a poncho or rain suit, maybe a folding camp chair or stool, perhaps a small cooler for water bottles. But is there anything else that I should need to be bringing?
Well, I think all of those things are a great idea. At an event of this nature, camp chair of some kind, the little umbrella type chairs, if you had a chair that had maybe some kind of a sunshade on it, that might be a good thing to bring. Or even a chair that you could Velcro an umbrella to and be able to get yourself some shade. All of our trailhead positions will have a lawn chair, a water cooler, and a pop-up tent that you can get shade under. So those positions will be pretty self-contained. But some of the other positions, like for instance, out on the obstacle course, you might have to make your own shade. And so it might be a good idea to have a lawn chair and or an umbrella for shade, so that you can protect yourself from that extended sun. And a rain poncho is also a great idea. We don't know for sure what the weather is going to be. It was fantastic last year. We think we had a light rain one evening after hours, and then but each day it was clear and sunny, and it was just great weather that weekend, as I recall.
And I would add to that, if you're going to be working a trailhead position, long pants and shoes is probably not a terrible idea.
Maybe a can of off.
I was going to say some bug repellent.
Maybe some bug spray.
And
around the grounds is not too bad. Like flip-flops and shorts is okay at base camp, but if you're working a trailhead position, you're probably going to want shoes and long pants just in case.
That's a great suggestion. And one other suggestion is if you're serving in any of these communications roles, definitely bring your GMRS radio. But if you have a VHF radio, you might bring that too. We'll have some opportunities to communicate on VHF bands. We may have more volunteers than we have radios to hand out. So if you have a VHF radio and you're able to program it in the field, that would be a handy thing to have in addition to your GMRS radio. Can you think of anything else?
I think that about covers it.
All right. So I think the umbrella is more for sun protection than for rain protection, but certainly most umbrellas can serve both roles. And yeah, I can't think of much else. I think the long pants is a great suggestion. And water.
If you're going to be there a good chunk of the day, you might bring one of those USB battery packs for your phone.
That's a good idea, yeah, just to keep your phone.
That. And, I mean, even the obstacle course and or mud pit volunteers, shoes is probably a good idea for that. Also, rocks, things of that nature. Flip-flops is probably not going to be a good choice of footwear for those tasks either. I know a lot of people like to wear flip-flops, my wife, Mike, but on rocks and rough terrain, flip-flops are probably not the best choice of footwear.
You underestimate my flip-flop capabilities.
Well, I don't want to see anybody get hurt either.
So, it is a relatively undeveloped piece of land. I mean, it's a fairly smooth field, but there will be things like clumps of dried grass. There will be uneven surfaces. There might be holes in the ground that are hard to see because the grass has it covered up. So I think they've found and addressed most of that, but that opportunity, I mean, these grounds don't get used much for a whole year, and then we come and fill them up. So wildlife can dig holes and do things. Rain and erosion can happen, and so just watch your footing when you're anywhere on the grounds, and should be all right. But great question, Stephen. Glad you brought that up. Did you have anything else for the net tonight?
Yes, I went to the merch store last night. I was going to order some T-shirts and all, and notice they're sold out of the most popular sizes. Will the store be restocked before Jeep Fest, or will it be available for purchase at the Jeep Fest?
What shirt is he looking for?
No. Well, I do know that there will be some merchandise available at the Jeep Fest. Specifically what, I don't know.
What shirt specifically were you looking for, Stephen?
I was looking for the large, long sleeve We the People shirt and the beanie. I think the beanie, I'm getting ready for the cooler weather, so I didn't see any sweatshirts, and I think the beanie was in stock, but that was the only thing that I wanted that was in stock. And I wanted to try to maybe just pick it up at the Jeep Fest.
Well, we have yet to restock the store with cold weather items. The beanies that are in stock are actually left over from last winter. And same thing with the long sleeve shirts that are in stock. Those are indeed left over from last winter as well. So we have yet to restock the store with a batch of winter clothing, so stay tuned for that. But the T-shirts, short sleeve shirts, and whatever merchandise is still in stock will be at Jeep Fest next weekend.
Thank you. Back to net control.
All right, great questions, and yeah, I think they're going to pack up all the inventory and bring it. So whatever they have, they'll whatever we have available will be there on the grounds, and I'm not entirely sure what that inventory consists of. Jeff, are there it's not a collar. What is it? It's like a bandana for dogs. We even have apparel for the dogs, right?
Yes, but those are going to be given away for our four-legged friends at the rehab tent.
Ah, so if you're thinking about bringing your dog, I would encourage you to do so. There will be a place for the dog to get a fresh a drink of fresh water, and cool off. So come check that out. And they're one of our associates.
Yes.
How does that work? Are they a sponsor? Or are they?
Yes, they are actually helping sponsor us provide the service to this event, and they're not necessarily going there with intentions of making sales, but they are using their dog beds that they sell for a place for the animals to rest if they need to in the shade.
That's really cool.
Well, I know Julie's planning on buying a dog bed.
That's cool.
Is Julie going to use it, or is it for Penny?
Yeah.
So I do know that there will be a place to rest for the four-legged friends. There'll be bandanas from North Georgia GMRS for our four-legged friends, and water and snacks. Not for you, for the dogs.
Oh, I love snacks.
We'll have to send Chuck to Duncan.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to get our own snacks. All right, then. Well, that'll work. So good stuff. With that, let's continue on to Atlanta 403. Bobby at the Vortex. Your turn, Bobby.
Sorry, I was outside on smoke break. I wasn't ready for that. But, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for the Jeep Fest. That should be a real good thing. And we had a real good lunch today. And Chattanooga 160 came down, so it was good to see him, and good to know he's making an appearance at the Jeep Fest, too. So it should be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, Bobby, I think it's going to be much like it was last year, just with more of a North Georgia GMRS presence. And I am really excited. I'm really amped up for the event. So I've got 3 work days left until I'm off of work, and I'll be in complete Jeep Fest mode, and I'm 90% there already. So we're talking about Jeep Fest in our text chats nearly every day. Well, not nearly. We are talking every day.
I was going to say, it is every day.
Yeah, multiple times per day. So one way or another, we're in that mode. And we're very excited, and we're really, really looking forward to a chance to hang out with our friends and members, and the North Georgia GMRS family, as well as serve the Jeep Fest community. So good stuff, Bobby. All right, well then with that, I'm going to continue. Next we have Atlanta 26 Flip in the beautiful Druid Hills. Flip, you had made mention of a potential net topic. And so I was looking at our calendar for net topics, and I think what I want to do is rearrange what we have, and I want to use your topic suggestion on September 5th, and you can come on and talk a little bit about that now. But before you do you have any comments related to Jeep Fest or the directed net or any of those related activities?
Well, I'm
looking forward to hanging out with you guys. It's going to be fun. I am a Jeep Fest newbie, so it'll be a great experience to see what all goes down with the Jeep Fest, but it sounds really awesome. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to participate with you Thursday evening, and then I think most of the day on Friday. I'm thinking about bringing my tent or something, because otherwise I got to come home and then go back up there. But it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing everybody. And I do. The one question I had was how I'm sure the sheriffs of the world up there have their own radio interface, and are we interfacing with them somehow, or how does that work?
Well, the sheriff's department has, they have their own radio system, and they have a number of tactical channels that are basically, it's like a commercial frequency that they have a license for, and they have several of those, and so we've got those frequencies, and depending on what they choose on game day, which may change throughout the weekend based on our experiences last year. They may start in one place and end up somewhere else. But we'll do our best to stay up to speed with them on the frequencies that they have. And we won't be giving those frequencies out to anyone, but we do have them programmed into a number of radios. And so basically, and what's the other thing, Jeff? Are we using MERS on the trails?
One specific MERS channel with a PL.
So there will be a simplex MERS frequency with a PL for the trail head positions. We'll give that frequency out. So if you've got a radio that'll do MERS, and you can program it in the field, that'll be a good thing to bring. But for the most part, if we need you to have a police radio, we will provide that.
Yeah, we'll issue you one already programmed, ready to go.
Yeah. And that way we can maintain their operational security in terms of frequencies and stuff like that. I don't know how secure that is or how important it is, because I think those frequencies can be found with a ULS search. But in any case, we're going to be as discreet as we can with those. And but yeah, that's basically what it'll be. They're tactical channels that they can use and assign as they choose, and then we'll not be operating on any of their operations channels or the 911 channels or any of those frequencies. We don't even have those frequencies, so we'll steer well clear of all of that. Does that answer the question?
Yes, sir. I think that does. Yeah, thanks. I was going to also mention, I think, a good hat. It's supposed to be getting warm next week again, so I think a good hat is a good idea for everybody, maybe with a wide brim, if you're going to be standing out in the sun a lot. So that's one thought I had. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then on the other item that you mentioned for September 5, I don't think that, unless I'm misunderstanding you, I don't think that subject is worthy of an entire net, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I kind of had in mind adding in some related subject matter to that and building a full net out of it. So we would talk about amateur radio and some of the activities around amateur radio, and certainly talk about APRS and that functionality. I think there's probably a lot of folks here have no idea what APRS is, and it's been a while since we've talked about that, and some of the cool things that you can do with that. So, as many of you know, we do encourage our members to continue in the journey of exploring radio, and the next logical step is obviously amateur radio. There's so many things, just so many things that you can do in your everyday hobbies. So, like for instance, if you're interested in running 5Ks and 10Ks. Well, APRS is a tool that often is used in keeping track of runners on a course and start and finish times. So there are other technologies that are also amateur radio related that many ham clubs use that are just, it's kind of behind the scenes. It's not real obvious that they're out there, but they're out there at most of these events. And so these are tools. And so Flip has some experience with an event that he participated in here recently. And I think that would be interesting to learn about that and to learn about some of the other things that can be related to that with amateur radio. As we've often said, we kind of think of GMRS radio as a gateway into other radio habits and hobbies. Habits? Hobbies? What's the difference? So that is really where we're going with this. And I think that if Flip is available on that September 5th net, I'm going to shuffle the other topics that we have back and make that whole. We can negotiate a better time if we need to, but based on that conversation, that short conversation that we had, I'm excited about the opportunity to get you back in the studio and work that out. So take a look at your calendar, see if that fits, and let's go from there. And let's see, I got to find the tab with the roster on it. There we go. So that is the end of our roster at this time. We do have a lot of in and outs that I've skipped, and we've done that for a couple of reasons, and that's going to be kind of the path forward. So, but at this time, we're going to go ahead and take another break. For any additional late check-ins, any questions or comments, the floor is open. Net Control is standing by. This will be the last round for check-ins.
This is WRWK 895, Atlanta 250. I'll be Dana and Dahlonega. I'll be in and out, and good net tonight.
This is WRKK 629, Chattanooga 84. I'll be in and out. Thank you for the net. See.
1402 with the comment when you're ready.
This is Dallas 20, WRKT 728. David and Columbus. Check me in and out, guys. Just getting off of work. Looking forward to seeing everybody at Jeep Fest.
This is WRYR 428. Damon, Atlanta 355, checking in and out.
This is WRAT 241, Atlanta 403 with a comment.
All right, let me go ahead and acknowledge this round of check-ins. These were all in and outs. We had Atlanta 250, Dana in Dahlonega, in and out. We had Chattanooga 84, Jim in Hickson, in and out. Dallas 20, David just getting off work in Columbus, Georgia, is in and out. Atlanta 355, Damon in Canton, also in and out. And in comments from Atlanta 1402 and Atlanta 403. Let's go to 1402, Todd in Sugar Hill. Todd, do you have any questions or comments for tonight? Well, I guess he does have a comment.
He has a comment.
Comment right here. Comment away there, Mr. Commentor.
Mike, and ladies out there, great net. And I listened to the latter half of it. Couple of questions. Well, really one question. Well, really two questions. Since I'm volunteered for Friday morning from 8 till noon, what time are you guys planning on to get up there and setting up Vanguard? Because I want to get there extra early to beat any potential Jeep traffic coming in.
Well, Mr. Todd, if you want to get there when Vanguard is getting set up, you best be there Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Then you should have plenty of time for your shift on Friday morning.
Perfect. Porta potty out back and a cot in the back of that thing.
There's no room for cots. Too much equipment.
Okay. Jeff, well, let me reframe my question. What time is the Vanguard control going to be there on Friday morning?
Well, I think most of us plan on being on the grounds at or near 8 a.m. With the notion that there really won't be a lot going on at that time, but in order to not get caught up in a line of traffic, we really do need to get there ahead of the chaos. So we'll probably just have a social time leading up to when it's time to go on the air. And so if the trails have opened and Jeeps are out there on it and there haven't been any trail reports and there hasn't been any announcements made, it might be because net controllers are too busy socializing to do their jobs. I don't imagine that will happen. That would never happen, would it, Jeff?
Never.
He's got no comment. So I suppose if it happens, we know why. But yeah, that's I think that the game plan is basically 8 a.m. on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No, Saturday is 7 a.m. start.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're gonna have to get there early. Oh boy, that's gonna be tough. Early on Saturday, and then Sunday maybe not so early because trails won't open until 10, and I think that Sunday is going to be a slower day anyway. But I'm still probably going to be on the grounds around 8. Nonetheless, so we may have to fire up the griddles and fry up some bacon and eggs or something. Do we know anybody that can bring some eggs?
I'm planning on bringing 4 or 5 or 6 dozen. Whatever we need to get through the weekend.
I have no idea what we'll need.
I don't either.
So whatever you bring will either be too much or not enough.
They'll come from Studio Happy Chicken.
Fantastic. The Bok Bok Studio.
That's right.
All right. Does that go any further toward answering your question, Todd?
Well, pretty much. I think you said it did start backing up till around 9, and knowing the Jeep crews, that means like 8:30 back and pulling in there. And the only reason I'm asking, because I need to come to the Vanguard first, get my shirt, and then get directed to the trailhead position where I'm hopefully be able to get out of there without any traffic. And my last question was, in the early announcement it said you were looking for professional communicators to do trailhead, I was voluntold to be a trailhead leader. And do I need to resign that post? I'm not really a professional communicator.
Well, I think that your experience in pontificating on the air is adequate qualification in this case. And back to the earlier point about traffic is one thing I can promise you, there will be traffic on 53 each of those mornings. In fact, Friday morning, Jeff, was it Chief Hall that was talking about they adjusted the schedule for Friday morning so they could be sure the buses could get through, school buses could get through before the Jeep started showing up?
Pickens County is at home learning day. They canceled in school altogether on Friday.
Because they can't compete with the Jeeps apparently.
Right.
And, yeah. So that waiting too late is risky. And once the traffic starts, then you're in it, and there's no bypass, no shortcut, no way around it. So if 53 starts getting backed up on Friday morning,
just wait longer.
That's right.
That's why the email that went out to all the volunteers said if you have a first thing Friday morning start, plan on being at the grounds at 8 o'clock.
You should have that email.
Yeah.
Todd was on
so
there?
we may not have a task for you immediately, but the reason for that is because we've seen before. You'll see Jeeps as far down the road as you can see as we get closer and closer to that start time. So they'll start heading in. If they know the trail's open at 9, they're going to want to be there and ready to roll so that they can get that premium trail ride before it gets all tore up. Not that that's going to happen, because these trails will be in great shape all weekend long, I'm sure.
And it's not going to rain.
All right, let's see what Bobby has. Bobby had a comment. Atlanta 403.
Yes, gentlemen. Well, my comment was, I hope there's a lot of new people listening, new to the network. And this is a great opportunity to meet all of us network veterans and, mix and mingle. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have joined since the barbecue, and this is a good time to meet all the voices on the network. And, Todd, I could tell you there's a room underneath Vanguard to set up a cot if you'd like that.
Oh, that's very good. The room underneath, it's a tight squeeze. It's a low-riding vehicle. But, yeah, I suppose it would be shady and cool down there. You might get some condensation from the air conditioner, but feel free to waller in the mud. But back to your comment about lots of new people. Something very interesting happened just this week. And if any of you are sitting near a computer and care to go to the North Georgia GMRS.org webpage, navigate on down to the membership roster and take a look at that first page on our membership roster. There you will find our current membership level matches our end of the year level for last year. So we
actually we've exceeded it.
We've exceeded it. So well, I did see a couple of new members sign up emails come through just today. So we've met that milestone. So basically, from this point forward, for the remainder of the year, every new member is a benchmark for North Georgia GMRS and sets the bar for our membership levels even higher. So that's exciting stuff, and it's very encouraging to know that level of interest in becoming a member of this organization is still strong. And we hope that we can maintain that interest. We hope that the work that we do helps to fuel that and drive more people to the network. So very good stuff. Thank you for that. Did you have anything else, Bobby? Is that it?
No, that's about it. And can't wait to see everybody there. see you next week at Jeep Fest.
All right, very good stuff. Well, thank you for that, and thank you to everyone that participated in the net tonight. This will conclude the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. Tonight we had a total of
59.
59 chickens, including net control. We will now be returning repeaters back to normal use. Everyone who signed in should sign out. When the YouTube video posts, don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, comments on that video, even though it's not live, you can still comment on it. All that interaction helps show YouTube your interest in the channel. Thank you for allowing us to serve as your net control this evening. Good night, everyone. This is Atlanta 946 WQYR 514. My name is Justin.
And this is WRWM 344 Blue Ridge 63. My name is Mike.
And Atlanta 750 WRMR 367. My name is Jeff.
We are North Georgia GMRS Network.
And we are clear. Good night, everybody.
Good night.